Hey guys, what's up, the most nice Boo Guy X1 back to Beamng.Drive with some more RallyCross times. And this video has three very fast dragsters in it. So, hoping it's gonna be good. Because, yeah, these vehicles, as you can see, are very fast off the line. And I decided to take the jump flat out. That didn't work very well. That did not work very well at all, as clearly shown. So, yeah, I had to be a little careful with the drag cars, because although you can see they are incredibly fast, they have piddly front tires, and so much acceleration that they really don't know how to drive properly on this course. Strangely, the suspension is actually pretty good, and there isn't a lot of oversteer because there's so much rear grip. In order to make them go fast, they actually don't get oversteer. They just have very strange handling properties going around corners and accelerating. So you really can't accelerate around corners because you will probably roll it. And they do have a bit of understeer because of the whole piddly front tires thing. But they actually aren't that terrible. And, yeah, I was surprised just how easy this Burnside dragster was. As we head onto the final very sharp corner, the bumps are causing mega problems, but we can floor it across the line for this car, and actually get it stopped surprisingly well. I mean, the suspension's completely and utterly, destroyed, but it made it down the course in relatively decent condition. Up next is the Barstow Drag Edition. Now, I know this one is very fast, and yeah, I was expecting it to be pretty good. It gets absolutely monstrous wheelies, and is incredibly fast in the straight line. However, I didn't really trust it going on the hill, on the jump. I might have braked a little bit and nosedived. Amazingly, we didn't have a big accident there, and I was able to contain over there. That's 100 miles an hour, almost 120 miles an hour, which is a little bit too fast. Yeah, don't carry 120 miles an hour. We probably could, but we need to be able to stop it better. So it took a while. It took a little while to get a clean run around the circuit, and yeah, took a little while to get this vehicle cleanly around the circuit. You don't want to go flat out around there, or you want to start out flat out, but you don't want to fully continue it because you will go into the side of that hill, and then you're kind of ruined because it'll just wheelie into the hill. And wheeling into the hill is not very good. Now we floor it over to here, slow it down for the jump. We still get a huge jump because we wheelie off the crust, and that launches us into the air. And once again, the suspension is surprisingly good in this vehicle. Surprisingly good suspension. When I went in to do this, I was not expecting the drag cars to have this good a suspension. But these two vehicles so far have actually had decent enough suspension. And then we floor it across the line, and we have a rather big accident. Amazingly, it still worked. Amazingly, it still worked. I mean, I did hit a rock, and you can't really turn anymore because the bumper is where the wheels should be, but it does still move. And you can just about vaguely go straight. So it'll be a perfect dragster. And that's about it. Yeah, Barstow didn't handle the landing so well. Didn't stick the landing. And our final vehicle is the Moonhawk Drag Edition. This is the original drag car added into Beamng.Drive. So, it's only fitting to end with it. And off the line, it does something very peculiar and has the shortest crash I've ever seen. And yeah, something just got unhappy. You can see the size of the tires are not very big. Yeah, something got very unhappy off launch and it had lots of problems. So I was hoping that wasn't a theme and I just did something wrong off the launch. No, it loves doing that. It loves to have problems off the launch. So you have to be wary of that. You have to be wary. And I carried 80 miles an hour on the jump, and that's a little too fast. Because you can't quite make the corner in a speedy manner. So, yeah. Also, the brake doesn't like to work. Yeah, the Barstow is a lot easier to drive than this. The Barstow and the Burnside both got off the line nicely. This not so much. Something broke on it, and I got dragged to the left or the right, and I couldn't turn. And so somehow I got the turning back and kept it all under control. But yeah, very strange. And then I started wibble wobbling. Still got to 90 miles an hour before the hill. Didn't have a giant jump like the Barstow, and you just have to feather the throttle. You just have to feather it as not to get a wheelie mid-corner, because then you would cause the vehicle to have all sorts of problems. And yeah, you would get on the throttle and it just launches itself forward. It's a crazy. These are all crazy machines. Like I said, each with over 1,500 horsepower. And then you floor it across the line, and it does a very big flight path. And the engine's not looking very healthy. It's looking a little bit sad, and it's also dead. Yeah, killed the engine in that one. Which isn't too surprising going over 100 miles an hour into a wall. But, yeah. Not too bad of a vehicle, although it was the launch that was absolutely terrible off the line. And now on to the times. In first place is the Barstow Drag Edition. We have a new leader with a 54.016. First vehicle to get in the 54s almost got into the 53s. It was a crazy fast car because it had the control. Not as much control as the Burnside, but it was a lot later. And in second place was the Moonhawk Drag Edition with a 56.572. Not as good as the Barstow. I think what kills it is its wonky launch off the line that makes it wibble wobble, and that doesn't happen with the Barstow. So the Barstow can get a perfect launch. The Moonhawk, it can't get a perfect launch, so it's a little bit slower. And we'll just lose those precious seconds. And then down in fifth place is the Burnside drag with a 59-second lap. Yeah, like I said, it may have the power, but it does weigh 2 tons. So, sure, it may be the most controllable, but it's not the fastest. So, yeah, all these vehicles are pretty darn impressive, but we do have a new leader and a new second place, beating the Beamng by a second each or more. So, pretty impressive. But anyway, guys, that's it for this episode of Beamng.Drive. I'll be back with more.